Hello friends, it's Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with a little simple craft that I am working on, and this is for Tracie Fox on her Facebook channel, Foxy Crafters. She has a challenge out where we are to recover, do a new cover for a notebook. It can be any kind of a notebook. In any size really. So what I'm doing is a couple of these little composition books. I did one. Actually, I've done a few. I've done a few, and I didn't like the other. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 I didn't like. The first 2, the papers I used didn't stick right, and they were kind of like peeling up. And so I don't know what was wrong, if it was the paper or the glue, but those didn't work out. So those are being reused in some other way. But the third one I didn't like because I used a glue that I don't use very much, but I figured, this is just a notebook. Surely it would work on here. But no, it made my paper bubble up. So I finally got one to work here. This is my fourth try. So, you think it would be simple, and it is simple, but once I figured out what glue to use. So, this is a little mini composition book that started out like this. Just those little 3-packs you buy at Dollar Tree. And so I had the scrapbook paper, just some fun scrapbook paper. It's kind of cardstocky. I had in my stash, so I pulled it out, and I thought, it would be fun to use cute, fun papers on these. So that's what I did here. I just cut a piece to fit on the front, and I have a little label right here that I just stuck on there. And the glue I ended up using was an Elmer's glue stick. It stuck better than the other glue I was using, which was more of a, I don't want to insult any glues, but it was more of a liquid glue. So let's just leave it at that. But then I covered the back also. That's what the back looks like. I wanted to leave a little of the black here as kind of a trim. I think that looks good. And then so inside with the scraps from this paper that I was using, I made some little pockets. So here's a pocket here. I put another little label right here. I took another scrap and made some little journaling cards, rounded the corners. And so there's a little journaling card in here. And another little journaling card, same thing in the back, and another little label. So, that's it, simple, fast, and fun. And I thought I did that one, so I thought maybe I would, maybe we could do one together. It's not that you can't figure that out on your own, but if you're crafting, maybe you want to just watch how I'm doing this, maybe in case you're new and haven't done anything like this before. Since I had trouble with the first couple that I did with the paper sticking, I decided to rough up these covers a little bit. So I just took my scissors, just whatever, something sharp I had handy, and I just went like this on the covers, just to add a little kind of texture or tread or, texture on these covers, so that maybe, I don't know if I really needed to do it, but like I said, my first papers didn't stick, so I'm just putting a little texture on there to help my paper stick. Okay, so I did that. Then I have, let's see, I cut this paper. Where's my paper I cut? I cut the paper already by just putting my paper on here. This is of course too small, but I put my paper on here and I drew, it was bigger than this. And then, I put it on the bottom and it was sticking out up here, and I just drew a line with my pencil on there and then cut it off. And that's how I got these 2 pieces. I had it folded and cut it, just one cut. So then I had 2 pieces, and I cut, I have a corner rounder here, and I just rounded my corners with that. This one is the corner rounder I use, and I just used this part. This is my favorite corner round. I don't know if you're familiar with this corner rounder. I got it on Amazon, but it has 3 different size corners here. There's one here and one here. So, but this is my favorite right here. It makes the biggest, kind of most round corner. So I already rounded my corners on these. So I'm just now going to glue them down with my glue stick. And what I did was just take it and, you know, put the glue on the paper. No big deal, you know, not hard, of course, but just a little, you know, I got the edges really good. I got it all over, of course, as you can see, but I always make sure I get the edges really good, because, you know, if your edges are coming up, then it's no good. And then I just stuck it right down here, got it right up to the edge here on the side, and you have a second to move it around, so just get everything lined up evenly. And what Tracie's idea was, on her channel, there is a little, I think it's a rack list, you know, RAK list. And so people are sending these to each other, or, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but people are sending these as racks to people on the rack list. What I'm thinking about for mine is putting them in with my journals. You know, I thought that would be fun as a little, you know, freebie or something, you know, fun to go along with my journals. So there's the front of that one. Let's glue on our back. I have a second backup glue stick here because that other one was almost out. So I have my backup ready, and just gonna glue this down, get my edges down real good. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Okay, so I would just say make sure of your orientation of your papers, if it has an up or down, just make sure you got everything going in the right direction. You know, that could easily happen. Okay, let's see. Let's line up our edges. And it does slide around for a second, so you can get on with a glue stick anyway. But just, you know, try to get it down quick so you I need to move that a little bit more over to the edge. Okay. If you have a brayer, you might want to go over it with that. I don't really have a brayer. I have, sometimes I just use whatever I have sitting here. You know, this is a glue bottle. Has a nice flat, you know, round bottle, so I can roll that over things and get all of my glue spread out, or just make sure everything's pushed down and pushed together. So there's what we've got so far. That looks pretty cute. And I don't have any really matching labels like pinks or whites. I wanted to use, I have like some vintage labels, but since these are kind of new and maybe more modern looking, I wanted to use just these colorful, pretty labels that I had. So I'm just picking out one that, you know, I think looks best on here with what I use and what I have. You know, I'm not going to go out and buy any special labels, so, you know, I think it'll look cute no matter what. So there's one for the front. I think that looks really cute. And now we can make some pockets. So all I did was to make the pockets was take my paper, and here's my paper right here. So I'm going to just go like this to get my size and draw my pencil line right here. I'm going to cut right there. I have my paper cutter over here to the side, so I'm just slicing off the side here, and then I'm going to See, now I have 2 pieces. And these are too big, so I don't need that much. Actually, I can just use one of these and cut it in half. So I'm going to do that. Cut it in half. I usually use my paper cutter, so I get a nice straight line. I mean, I do use my scissors on a shorter line, but if I have any kind of a line, I really need to use my paper cutter so that I get a nice straight line. So this is going to go right here. You know, it looks good. I'm going to round our corners. So like this corner right down here is going to be on the bottom corner. I'm going to round that for the front. So that'll go right there. And then let's go ahead and round our back. It'll go right there. So around this corner right here. And then we'll glue these down. So we're going to put glue on three sides there and leave the top open. And again, I'm using glue stick. I thought about doing some sewing on these. I think I probably could get some of the front cover in my sewing machine if I wanted to, but you know, I just don't, you know, like I said, it's kind of a modern looking paper or contemporary, so I'm just not gonna, and I don't think it really needs it, so I guess I'm not gonna sew on these. But you could do that if you wanted to, possibly, if your sewing machine goes through this kind of thing. And this is a little, I think this is thin enough that a sewing machine would go through there. I don't know, you'd have to know your sewing machine to know that, but there's the first pocket. Now let's get our back pocket in. Again, we're going to be gluing on 3 sides here. Leave the top open. Just get your you know, these aren't anything fancy, but just really super cute, I think. And like you said, like Tracie's idea was to just use these for Happy Mail or racks or, you know, swaps or whatever you want to do. Just a fun little thing to throw in with your Happy Mail. So there's what it looks like so far. We've got the front inside pockets. Now we're going to put little labels up here. So really any color, because, you know, like I said, I don't have any that really match. I put a blue one on there on the front, so let's put different colors on the insides. I've got an orange one here. And these labels I got at Walmart. I just thought they were so pretty and bright and colorful. And I love color, so so why not, you know? Let's use a yellow one here. I'm not even going to try to think about anything coordination. I'm just having fun. So there we go. And now we're going to make our little journaling cards. This is just a strip that I had cut off that side of that, what we just cut, and it was folded. So all I did, I had the same thing on the other one that I showed you that was done. So I'm just cutting this in half. Over here, my slicer. Cutting it in half. That's how I made those other 2 little drilling cards. So now I've got 2. Rounding the corners. That doesn't feel right. Let's see. There we go. If you need a good corner rounder, I love this corner rounder. I got it probably almost 4 years ago and still works great. Got it on Amazon. Okay, so these are for our pockets. One there. One here. And, you know, if you think of anything else you want to do with it, you know, go right ahead. You know, use your imagination, really. I just wanted to go ahead and do this. I had, you know, like I said, tried several different things that didn't work. And finally I found this paper that would stick with this glue. So I just sat down and decided to go ahead and get it done. Tracie has 3 videos where she did some really super cute ones. One was vintage looking, one was painty papers, and I forget what the other one was, but if I can find them, I will go and link her videos below this video because they were really good. So I hope you like these, and you know, you can get as fancy as you want, but here they are. I think they're super cute, and I like the labels on there, and then somebody can write on, you know, the little labels a date or a name, or you know, write journal, or you know, whatever you want. So there you go, boom. We're done. Thanks for watching tonight, and I hope you enjoy my little simple, easy, fun, quick craft tonight. Happy crafting to everybody. See you next time.